Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Surrounded by Bourbon with me, Phil Crawford, aka Causeway Whiskey. This is episode 36 and today we are looking at the Sexton, and this is the 11-year-old single malt travel retail exclusive. Those three words, travel retail exclusive, can sometimes send shivers down your spine. That's generally a place where good whiskies don't exist, but you know, I'm always open-minded. Let's get into the brand, the Sexton, if you're new to it. So it was originally released in 2018 and I believe it was actually a US exclusive, and it's actually the brainchild of the current master blender at Bushmills, Alex Thomas. The Sexton, the original Sexton, which is still available, is a no age statement single malt that is distilled and matured at Bushmills, and to me was like essentially a single malt version of the famous Bushmills blend Black Bush. So the Sexton is released under the Proximo brand, so although it is part of the Bushmills group, it's sort of like a third-party Bushmills, if you will. So it is distilled, produced at Bushmills, but it's its own thing. In my review of the original Sexton, I kind of thought it was a very solid, perfectly acceptable entry-level single malt, and it felt young, probably like 4 or 5 years old, but it was good value considering it was fully sherry cask matured, even though it was only 40% ABV. A bit of history about the person that created it, Alex. So Alex Thomas joined Bushmills in 2004, and she was working with the distiller Colin Egan in the distillation and maturation side of things at Bushmills, and that training allowed her then to gain a distillation diploma in 2012, and after that then Alex set about building the Sexton brand. So what is a Sexton, you may be asking? Well, back home, Sextons were employed in their local parish to be the custodians of the local church and the local graveyard, and they were also traditionally the grave digger for that local church. In an interview with the online UK store Master of Malt, Alex explained the idea behind the Sexton branding, which was that as a master blender and distiller, she felt that she was the caretaker of amazing whiskey that was in the cask, and the Sexton is really about living well before you meet the man that lays your body to rest, and that's why she came up with the idea of naming it the Sexton, because she is a custodian of all those fine whiskies. And I think certainly like the branding is unique. You know, the bottle itself, it's hexagonal in shape, and it's like kind of a nod as well to the Giant's Causeway, which is just a stone's throw, pardon the pun, from the distillery. And then, you know, even on the, if I can get it out there, the cork, you kind of have the Sexton here, the little top-hatted skeleton. So a little nod there to those grave diggers and those people that are looking after those who have passed on. How did I manage to get this? Well, recently I had a friend visiting from Ireland who kindly offered to pick something up at Travel Retail, and honestly Travel Retail is just full of options, and it is definitely a bit of a minefield. You really have to pick and choose carefully, but to be honest, I saw the price, and I was kind of like, I should really just take a punt on this. So this is 11 years old. It is bottled at 43% ABV or 86 proof. It probably is chill filtered, and I'm assuming it's natural colour, but again, being Irish, they are allowed to use E150 caramel, so that, you know, to even out the batch variations. So there is a good chance that there is a bit of E150 in here. I know Bushmills do use E150 with their core range of malts. And it's been fully matured in Oloroso seasoned French oak casks. And this cost the princely sum of £35, which is around $46 or 40 euros. I thought I just can't really turn it down at that price. So why not, let's give it a go, and I will give you my thoughts. So we'll dig in with the nose straight away. So the nose to me is just so stereotypical Bushmills. There's overripe banana, there's fresh peach, there's nougat. Then because it's that sherry cask maturation, you get like sticky toffee pudding, there's raisins, there's marzipan, there's a bit of Jamaican ginger cake in there as well. Lots of vanilla pods. There's baking spices like cinnamon and nutmeg, and then also like baked dessert apples. So think apples that are covered in brown sugar, cinnamon, and maybe studded with cloves. So all in all, a really nice nose. Let's go on to a taste, shall we? So it's a decent mouthfeel. I mean, looking at the legs, they do form fairly quickly. But bottled at 43%, I'm kind of expecting that, I guess. I say in the mouth, it's a decent enough. It's a little thin, but not the worst. But it immediately leads into like those sherry, dark, dried fruit notes. So you're getting like dates, there's figs, there's raisins. There is a bit of ginger going on, like stem ginger. You're getting that sticky toffee pudding again. There's some black pepper, a little cinnamon. There's some toasted oat going in there as well. Just in the background, there's kind of a bit of black coffee and dark chocolate. And then again, that baked apple, and even like a hint, just a hint of banana bread, just in the back end. Yeah, finish wise, it's kind of medium in length. There's lingering cinnamon notes there. There's a bit of fruitcake, banana bread, and there's caramel, and then a pleasing oakiness that kind of, the oak just tempers things as well, stops it going into like totally sweet territory. So yeah, like all good. I was actually surprised at how much I really like this. I don't know if I'm not saying that I'm going to be surprised. And I mean that probably presentation wise, the fact that it's 43% and so on. But yeah, this is good. So score wise, what am I going to score this? And price does come into this. I think that if this is more expensive than what it was, I wouldn't be kind of so enthusiastic about it. But at the price of £35, I am going to give this a 7 out of 10. I was hemming and hawing between a 6 and a 7, but my good-natured side has won out today. I'm going to go for a 7. And here's why. For a start, it's not disappointing, which oftentimes travel retail exclusives can be very disappointing. And so I'm not disappointed in this in any shape, form, or fashion. The other thing is that this is not much more expensive than an actual bottle of Black Bush. And you know, Black Bush is really hailed among Irish whiskey drinkers as probably one of the best value Irish whiskies out there, because although it is technically a blend, it is 80% single malt, 20% grain, and it's roughly 8 years old. And there's a high level of Oloroso sherry component in there. bottled at 40%. But this is Bushmills Single Malt. It is 11 years old and it is fully matured in those Oloroso sherry casks, and it has a little bit of a bump with that extra 3%, so a bit more flavour delivery. You know, it's not a bombastic sherry monster, which is a good thing for me. You know, it delivers those sherry notes kind of gracefully, and you still manage to get that Bushmills feel with all the ripe kind of tropical fruit and banana bread and all that sort of stuff that goes on. And to be honest, I would probably recommend this over even like the core 10-year-old Bushmills. The only shame about this is that it is a travel retail exclusive, so it's probably going to be hard for people to get. But if you are traveling through London, or it was Heathrow that this was bought, or you're going through duty free in Dublin or Cork, I would 100% recommend that you have a little look at the Sexton 11-year-old. It's just good stuff. What can I say? And I'm happy that I can endorse something that is produced pretty much on the doorstep of where I lived in Northern Ireland. Anyway, thank you very much for watching along. That has been my review of the Sexton 11-year-old. Please like, share, subscribe, comment. Tell me if you've tried any of the Sexton releases, if you've tried any of the Bushmills. If you have any questions, any thoughts about it, and it's not all, just you can post a comment and I'll get back to you. Always enjoy the interaction with people. And until the meantime, enjoy your night, whatever you're doing, and I will see you again. Sláinte, have a good one.